We are live on the 2nd Avenue Pier covering Tropical Storm Debby, which has winds at 60 miles an hour. So it has strengthened a bit because all of this, the warm ocean waters, that is what feeds these storms. If storms have very warm ocean waters, which they do and they have, and what we've had here for several months, then these storms can grow. They also have to have low wind shear. That also helps these storms grow. Now, we're not anticipating this getting to hurricane strength. One of the reasons it's not going to have enough time to do so because it's going to come on shore early tomorrow morning perhaps, or late tonight, that center of circulation. Once the actual center crosses over land, that is when you have landfall. That's considered landfall. So we anticipate that as we head tonight into tomorrow. The storm is also kind of straddling the coast. So half is on land, half is on the ocean, and that does not bode well for development either. Remember, this storm came in to Florida Monday morning around 7 a.m., and that thing was tapping into 90-degree water temperatures. So that is why it became a hurricane before landfall and light shear. It crosses over land, has a ton of friction, but it's still raining out, it's still bringing gusty winds, and it is getting some energy from all this warm water that we're seeing here. And of course, all these waves are crashing up onto the beach. And we've had some people come out. What's interesting, what we've seen kind of on and off is when we get out of one of those rain bands is when people come out and have a look. Thankfully, we have seen people staying out of the water. And then once the rain comes in, a lot of people kind of scurry in. But the pier is still open. This was damaged with Matthew. A big chunk was taken out of it, also Ian. But it is stable right now. And we asked the guys in the bait shop, essentially, when do you think you'll close the pier? And they said only when we deem it to be dangerous. There was no real threshold like, oh, when the winds gust to 45 or whatever. I did get a wind gust to 37 miles an hour. The winds are a little bit calmer right now. And if you missed my discussion with Dr. Postel a little while ago, essentially, we're getting some of these more stronger winds from winds in the upper levels. Believe it or not, when you get these thunderstorms, they can grab some of those upper level winds and bring them down to the surface. Think about like you have an updraft in a thunderstorm and then a downdraft. You have some of these winds, they can grab some of those stronger winds and bring them down to the surface. And so that's why we get some of these stronger gusts that we've seen.